So now we come to the next part, that is 7.2.2, movement due to growth. Now in the previous topic we have studied about that movement is dependent on, the movement of plant is dependent on two things. Okay, one is growth, one is dependent on growth, the other one is independent of growth. So we will be studying about movement that occurs due to growth. Now in this we will take the example of pea plant. I think most of you have seen a pea plant, right? So pea plant, we call it as a creeper also because it always climbs. Okay, it doesn't grow. So here what happened in a pea plant, you have this thing called tendrils. Okay, these tendrils are very sensitive when we touch them. Okay, they are very sensitive when we touch them. So what happens, these tendrils cannot grow without they cannot climb without any support. These tendrils, they doesn't grow, they only climb. Okay, and that too they climb with the help of support. It may be a stick, it may be a fence, it may be your any other your object, it may be a plant only by which it is climbing. That is not growth. Okay, that is only the plant, the tendrils are climbing because they are coming in contact of some other object. Now here this tendrils, what happened, they grow. This is called directional growth. Okay, this is called directional growth. It grows in the direction of whatever object it gets. Okay, it will climb in the way. We will feel that it is growing, but actually it is not growing, it is only climbing. Okay, you can see it will circle and it will climb. So this is what is the example for movement due to growth. Now because we might feel it is only directional growth, that is the way, whichever way, if it is a fence or if it is a stick goes straight, so it will circle around and keep moving upwards. This is what is called directional growth. We will feel that the plant is moving, but actually the plant is not moving, it is only climbing with the help of the support that it gets. Right, now let us understand it in a much better way with an example which is given in your textbook, page number 87. Now here it is given that you need to take a conical flask. So this is a conical flask. Okay, it's like a cone, and you fill this flask with water and you cover the neck of the flask with wire mesh. So after you cover it, what you are going to do, you are going to take bean seeds, your germinated bean seeds, and put it on the wire mesh. Okay, and then you are going to take a cardboard. Okay, if you see in your textbook, page number 87, you can see a cardboard. Have you seen? This is the cardboard where one side is closed, the other side is open. So what you have to do is that you have to place this flask inside this cardboard, inside this cardboard, and then you have to face it, keep the open side towards the sunlight. Okay, and leave it for 2 to 3 days. After 2-3 days, what you will observe is this is the shoot and this is the root, right? So this shoot will bend towards the sunlight and the root will be away from the sunlight, right? Now you can do one more experiment. You can just turn this on the other side. The shoot will be towards the sun and the root will be towards the sun and the shoot will be away from the sun. So what will happen when you change the direction of the plant? Will the root grow because it is receiving the light, or will the shoot continue to grow? The shoot will continue to grow and the root will continue to go away from the light. Why will it happen? This happens because of the response that is established between the plant and the light. Okay, this happens because of the relationship or the connection that is established between the plant and the light, right? So next we come to the next part.